Hello everyone, I'm officially back to live streaming. So, for those who don't know, I used to start live streaming a long time ago. I used to do a mini podcast essentially, where I would do retrospectives on Godzilla movies. That's what I used to do for live streaming. Now I don't do that anymore. Now here you can see me play games here. So that's basically what I'm going to be doing for these live streams. I'm not going to do these all the time, but I'm going to do them whenever I have the chance to. So this case, we're going to be playing Castlevania Symphony of the Night. So this is my favorite game of all time. I absolutely love this game. I beat the game 3 times. And I'm going to be trying to beat the game live with you guys. So this is going to be pretty fun. So this game was released originally on the Sony PlayStation back in '97. The game did not sell well, which is probably the reason why this game is infamous for being really expensive online. Like, I remember seeing this thing being, like $100 to $200, I think. It was really expensive. So, if you can see in the back here, I do have a copy of Symphony of the Night here. So, yeah, I have that. Okay. Let's start a game. Alright, so I'm gonna figure out a name. There is a luck code mode. I don't fully remember that. I'll probably do another playthrough of this again later, and then see if I can, figure out something. Let's see. Let's do Alucard. The names do matter in these games. So, if you have the name Richter, for example, after you beat the original game, you can play as Richter throughout the entire game. Like, it's not just like this one level, it's the entire thing. So, that is really nice. This game does give you a lot of things to do, even in this main menu. You can copy your save file and stuff, so that's fun. Alright. Journey back to 1792 and the Transylvanian countryside of Romania. So, when you're looking at this cutscene here, it might seem a bit odd for most of you who have only played this game in particular first, because it's just randomly giving you Dracula's castle at like the near end, which you'll see later, and that's because this PlayStation game was actually a sequel to a very kind of obscure game at the time, but now it's well known now. A PC Engine game, which was basically just a home console, 16-bit console. The game was Castlevania Rondo of Blood. This game is a sequel to that game. So that's why once we get to the gameplay here, we don't play as Alucard, we play as Richter Belmont, who is one of the Belmonts who are trying to kill Dracula. And that was basically the plot of Rondo of Blood, I believe. And then now we're traveling a couple of years later to, I think, when Richter disappears, and then Alucard comes in to try and find Richter. I believe that was a plot, but we're gonna see how this turns out. Also, I do remember this was really fun. The loading screen, yep, here you go. The loading screen, you can play around with it. So, like I'm showing earlier, so basically, this part here is basically just the ending part to Rondo of Blood. So that's why you're basically at the final stage is what it's called. So it might be confusing at first. Like when I first played this game, I was super confused because I didn't know Rondo of Blood existed because the game was super obscure. So that's why. Like I said, I love this game. I basically know a lot of the tricks. I'm not up to speedrunning levels yet. Not yet. I've never been able to speedrun a game. So, don't expect me to speedrun any of these games at any time soon. So, yeah. Oh, so these abilities that I just got, they don't work at all, I think. I think you can only get those after you become Alucard, because in the game, if you play something like, if you go to the pause screen, there is a bunch of stuff you can do, but if you press pause in this game, you just completely pause the game, so nothing changes at all. some more hearts around here. The hearts are important, so for those who have not played Castlevania, the hearts do not refresh health at all. Instead, they're basically MP or ammunition, basically. So if you played an RPG or something, you know that you need MP or magic power to basically get more like energy to get more abilities and stuff. So that's basically what these hearts basically serve as. Basically just MP in this game. I think every Castlevania game does that. I think even the original one in the MSX computer, I think did the exact same thing. So what I'm doing right now is I'm getting the hearts because I'm going to be doing a very specific method that I've seen a lot of people do online, and I'll show that to you after I get at least 99 hearts, which is the recommended thing for me. So let's do that. Alright, 99 hearts. Once the, at least with Richter, once the, like, the number starts, like, flashing, that's when you finally get the max amount of hearts. I'm just collecting these just because I want it. Alright.
Die, monster!
And
you
this
don't
game
belong in this world.
was notorious for having one of the worst voice acting of all time, because from what I believe, this game had a rushed English voice acting. Like, I think the Japanese voice acting was a lot better than this,
You
I think.
steal men's souls and make them your slaves.
Perhaps the same could be said of all religions.
Your words are as empty as your soul. Mankind ill needs a savior such as you.
What is a man?
And that's where that iconic line comes from. If you've seen this clip online, this is where the game, this is where it comes from.
How about you?
So the entire UI and the entire gameplay right now is basically just a ripoff of Rondo of Blood. This is the method I'm talking about, where I'm using Hydro Storm, which is basically the max weapon ability. I'm gonna do this twice. So I do that. Okay. So this is what all those cards were for. I lost my cross, but usually when this happens, you can keep swapping between the weapons, so you can keep changing between cross and the holy water. So that's my tactic. I'm not sure if a lot of people do that, but that's my ability. And the whole thing I was on earlier, this is basically the whole summary of like the base, like at least the in between Rondo Blood and Symphony of the Night, basically like the thing that happened between it. So it's saying that Richter Belmont was the legendary vampire hunter who killed Count Dracula, and then the Dark Priest Shaft brought Dracula back to life, and then Richter 4 years later just completely disappeared. And then this woman here, Maria Renard, she is a person that Richter saves in Rondo of Blood. She is kind of an important character in this game. Not really. She only appears like I think like 3 or 4 times in the entire game. So yeah. And then we get the introduction to Alucard because he went through an entire like sleep, basically. Yeah. So it says an eternal slumber. So basically, it says Alucard, in order to purge the world of his own cursed bloodline, he had submerged his vampiric powers and entered into what was supposed to be an eternal slumber. So that's basically what it's supposed to do. But then when Dracula's castle once again appeared, Alucard had to be reawakened. And that leads to the events of Symphony of the Night. So, yeah. Yeah, so it doesn't even say Castlevania Symphony of the Night, it just says Castlevania. It doesn't even say anything else. Okay, now we start the game as Alucard. And then again, you can see the little loading screen. You can just play around with it with the D-pad. So, this is when the UI changes. It doesn't go back, it is not like that old UI from Richter's gameplay. This is now a completely new UI, which I'll show you once I start playing. So, you can see an HP meter, 75. The blue light is the MP, basically, where the hearts would go. Or basically, actually no, the hearts are down there. The blue light is just the MP, so the MP and the hearts are completely different for Alucard's So MP is used for transformations or other abilities. Hearts are used for weapons. So let me show you the UI. So you have this. So with Richter's story, you can only have the vampire kill, which is just the whip. In Symphony of the Night, however, you can have a whole ton of abilities. You have, you have like cloaks, you have mails, you have all that, and the further you progress in the game, the more you can get. For example, with the hands, for example, you can get an empty hand or a neutron bomb. I've never used the neutron bomb. I've only used it like twice in all my playthroughs. I've never used it. And then, and then you get spells. The spells here actually are the ones that take up the MP. Relics are very important into this game, and I'll show this off once it gets to that point, but we're not there yet. System is just a bunch of stuff. It's like RPGs, basically. Get all the different stuff. So, here. So, the Wolf, Mist, and Bat, that takes up MP. So, you need to get more MP, which you don't need to get anything in order to recover the MP. It just recovers by itself. These you'll figure out later. Window color, you can just change however it works. Sound, let me change that, actually. Familiars. This is also important. It doesn't take up any P, but it is important though. So as you can see, we have very good magic abilities, like a sword and a cape and everything. Have all the really good abilities. So for example, if I kill this ward here, it's completely destroyed within one hit. That won't last long, as you'll see later. After this, I'll show you one of my other strategies in order to get better at the game. So after this, what I do is, because these zombies here that appear, they infinitely respawn. So I always just use these and something later to level up, because this game has a level system, unlike other Castlevania games. So if you played some of the Castlevania games, like the DS ones, you level up. If you played some of the DS games, you know that there's levels. And Castlevania Symphony of the Night kind of started that trend in the series, where they basically just made it like a Metroidvania style, where they basically just mixed the gameplay of Castlevania and also the exploration of Metroid. Hence the name Metroidvania. Again, the ward just gets destroyed in one hit. Money is also important in this game. It's not just there. Again, like an RPG, everything here has some sort of use in the game. It's not just there, you can get it, unless you're Richter, I guess, I don't know. Just use that, and then once we're there, kill the ward. There's a zombie there. So once we get to there, here's another place where I start farming. The mermen that keep spawning through here. I just use these to grind to get more levels. See, there you go. Or the bats as well, that appear. So the X button, or the square button, that is basically the sword ability, and then the circle button here is used to activate a shield, or if you have like the dual wield weapon, which is available in this game, you can actually it's either a sword or handles another sword. So every single button here is a use. For example, I think the only button here I've never used, or barely, is the Y, is like the triangle button or the Y button. So what that does is this. I assume that's just to avoid enemy attacks, which is kind of useful, but I've never used in my playthroughs. Okay, let's just get that heart. So as you can see, the heart meter increased. And there is a like this little relic, which you saw earlier, which is where it's from. It's a relic. Okay, that's enough. And then, actually, when you pause, you can see how much damage you need left. So, for example, when it says next, that means how much attack you need to get to the next level. So in this case, I need 111 points left for get to the next level. So let's get out there. Yeah, these mermen they infinitely spawn like the zombies, so you can just farm them however much you want until it's, you know, higher level. Bats are also important. You get through there. You get pot roast. This is one of the many ways to increase health in this game. So there are potions in this game, again like RPGs, but in this game you have food you can get. There's even an item called meal ticket, which basically just allows you to get food. And just food in general is really just the main way to increase health. But the amount of health you get varies depending on the food. For example, there's bananas in the game, which I think increase your health to like 5 or 10 bits of health. I'm not sure. But every single bit of food changes the amount of health you get. So let's kill the warg here, and then the biggest plot twist of the game so far occurs after we kill these 3 wargs. I think it was 3, right? Yeah, 3. Kill the light, and then this staircase here, bend down, hit it, you get a turkey. That's actually one of the best items to use to heal. And then here's the plot twist, it begins. So, you have all this nice equipment, and then Death himself appears.
Alucard, what is your business here?
And then they'll explain everything here.
I've come to put an end to this.
Still befriending mortals. I'll not ask you to return to our side, but I demand you cease your attack.
I will not.
You shall regret those words. We will meet
So after he
again.
says this, Death takes away every single one of your abilities in the entire game. So as you can see, that sword is completely gone. You just have your bare fists now. So as you can see here, equip. Yeah, I have nothing other than my food and a neutral bomb. So we'll leave there. And then this is where the Metroidvania RPG parts begin. Platforming has always been in the Castlevania series, so that's just there. And this candle here, you can jump there. You can probably get it if you have a sword, but that's probably for a later mechanic that I'll talk about later. So you see the skeleton, punch with your bare fists, you get a short sword. Then you go to the equip section, go here, and then you can see the short sword, and then equip that. There you go. So now you have a sword with you now. Now you can fight enemies a little bit easier now. And then Red Rust. By far one of the worst items in the entire game. So as you can see, so the damage here, if we go to a bare fist, you can see that the attack increases with the square button there. It increases. So if we equip that, it's 12 to 10. If we use the Red Rust, 12 to 8. So the Red Rust is by far one of the worst items in the entire game. I would highly not recommend this at all, unless you're just one of those people who just want to test it out and be like, you know, can we beat it? I know a couple people have actually tried to beat the game with Red Rust before. I think they might have succeeded. I'm not 100% sure. So let's leave that. And then here is a save room. These are very, very important because you're gonna have to save a lot in this game. Jump. Okay, jump up here. Okay, this is one of the more important items here. This cube here is the Cube of Zoe. Zoe, I don't know. But that ability is where the relics come in. See this Cube of Zoe? It's on, right? So every time you, this candle here, when you hit the candle at the beginning of the game, it does absolutely nothing. It doesn't drop anything. But now, anything you hit, it will drop an item, like this. You get a heart now. So that is super helpful. If you don't have it on, then, well, you basically can't do a lot of the stuff that the game really gives you because you kind of need the Cube of Zoe for that. That's one of the most important relics you get in the beginning of the game. For example, if you kill the skeleton, well, the enemies I don't think really give you a lot, but... So, let's just... So this skeleton here has always been one of the more annoying enemies for me. Because he just keeps throwing bones at you. There we go. He takes a 1 hit to kill, but he's just super annoying. So we get a high curious, so we'll go to the equip section. We'll get that. So now we have more defense now. And these things will never die. They'll just keep respawning. leather shield. This is a very helpful beginning item. Low defense. You'll see later that the shield just completely just flies away. You won't lose it forever. You keep having it. So I don't know how that works. There you go. As you can see, yeah, you won't get hit anymore. Level up. That. I would recommend actually with the... Although the hands do give you a lot less damage, it is a lot faster. I prefer fast over less attack, a little bit less. If it's like 80 damage to 12 damage, I will not do that. Even if it's faster, I will just get a little bit less. That'll be fine. So in this case, it's a lot more helpful. There you go. Working with your bare fists, you'll be dead a lot quicker, especially for weapon like enemies that have thrown projectiles. Up. And then we get a couple of secrets here. This door here, this little like wall here, you can break that open. Break that open right there. And then you get hearts. You get a heart max up, which is very helpful. Get more hearts, and the wall here is unbreakable from that point on. But there is something also fun. If you go to the bottom here, you kind of need the sword for this actually. So you go here. There you go. There you go. So you get like a small little corridor you can go through. It's like a little secret. I like that. You go down here, break this. Entire life max up. This rainbow colored thing is the life max up. So now my health here is increased. So I started playing Symphony tonight when I found the game. In fact, you can see it right behind me again, right there. So I used that copy to play on my PS2 because I don't have a PS1, so I just played it there. Here, sub-weapons. Here's really important. So remember how I said there's MP and the hearts? They're kind of different. So MP is when you have the wolfen ability. So this little knife there, the little dagger, that is where the supplements come in. So you see it's 48 right now. It's hard to see, but that's 48. You use the attack button when you press up. You can see it decreases to 47. So that's where the thing comes in, the hearts. Resist thunder. I never really use the resist thunder. Unless, like, the fairy card gives it to me, which I'll talk about later. So, if that thing drips on you, you're basically poisoned for quite a while. You get one of those axe knights. Oh, well, I don't remember now. So, this area, you can push back up, and then the spikes will come out. So then you jump up there. Wait for that axe to throw out. Jump out there. Get the heart. I don't really need that. That. Get a cloth cape. That's important. So you go here. Cloth cape. It's not the best one by far, but it's defense. It's like gives you more defense, so it's better. Here. We got 2 hits. So then, after that, let's go there. I just run out the way for these spittle bones. I think that's the name of them. And then we get to another save room. Actually, hold on. So the select button in this game, if you press that, you get to a map. That's important. And then there's a shopkeeper, which can give you an entire map of the castle, like the layout. So you can see where you've been and where you have not been instead of just seeing this without any context. Get another save area. That's important. Overwrite data. So for this stream, I'll probably go through the... I'll try and get up to maybe Marble Gallery. No, not Marble. What is it called? Maybe at the end of the long library, or when I get to the double jump. I'm not sure, but I'll go through as far as I can, and then I'll probably end the stream there. Actually, make it good. So this is the first boss fight of the game. Get there. So I don't use the axe in this game. Drop down. So that's why the bare fists are a lot more important in this game. They're a lot more helpful than the sword, because the sword's a lot slower. Oh my god, he's dead. So, Gaibon's dead, and then every time you beat a boss, you will always get a life max up. As you can see, from all that grinding I've done, I'm now at 90 health. So usually you get a little bit of a lower health, that's fine, but typically I would always level up a little bit more so I can get a higher health. Okay, bloody zombie. Money. So you can check how much money you have within the pause screen. So currently I have 351 gold. The gold again is super important for buying more items, which are crucial to this game's game. Yeah. More zombies. There are a lot of things you can find in this game. Actually, I'll get those. The diamond is completely useless for me. I never ever found a use for it. No. Seems always hard for beginners. So after you get through there, get into the Marble Gallery, but I'll just get some stuff here, including something very helpful. Get a potion. I think beginning of the game you always start with a potion. No, you don't. Because potions are also a way to get it. There's also like mega potions, I believe. No. So, yeah, it's always important to find what you have. If you just have a bunch of random sub-weapons, you will not figure out what to do with them. You just have them lying around. You have to scatter around the area to find one. Holy water is also important. That's the one we used last time when we fought Dracula. It's also one of my personal favorite sub-weapons, especially with the Axe Knights. Most of the time. Part of there. Let's go down here. We get a Ouija table. No problem. Yeah. Go there. Let's save our game. Right, data. So save our data there, and then I don't think this area has a boss. I don't remember this place having a boss. I think it was the other place that did. I remember every other area had a boss. I definitely remember that. Go through this area here, find this skeleton, which what I do personally is I just farm it. I just farm it to get a knight shield. That is a little bit more powerful than the leather shield that we currently have. Leveled up, and no, we have not dropped that yet. We need a bit of farming. This game requires a lot of farming in order to progress through the game. especially with one weapon in particular, which when we get to that point, that's when the real grinding begins, because that weapon has like a 0.6% chance of actually getting it. I remember in my first playthrough I got it. I don't think my second did. My third one, I definitely got it. Yeah, I definitely got it on my third playthrough. That's some money, actually. Let me get that. So here's what the hearts are useful for. So if you have a lot of hearts, that's what you're gonna need it for, especially for grinding like this. So we got another heart. Yeah, we got a lot more hearts now. Got another heart on that. Got another large heart. Let me get that. Nope. I'm just gonna keep farming here. This is gonna take quite a bit, I think. These skeletons are very rare to drop these. I think on my second playthrough is when I discovered that. Yep. We need to farm a little bit more to do that. Still more farming. Yeah, I told you, this game it requires a whole lot of farming in order to do this. Now, the Knight Shield I was talking about, you can get it a little bit early in the chapel area, which if you play this game, you already know where that is, but for those who don't, the chapel I think is after you get through, I think, this area. But I'm still gonna farm for here. Heart. Got money. Let me get that actually. Nope. Nope. No. Nope. So, the thing with this game is that, luckily, since it keeps respawning the enemies constantly, you can keep farming for this as many hours as you want. You got another leather shield. I don't really need that. Because you could definitely drop Knight Shields from this. I definitely remember that. Or I might be wrong. More farming here. I'm gonna have a lot of leather shields by the end of this. I think you can sell things in the merchant shop. I'm not 100% sure. Oh, I missed that. Probably just a leather shield. How many leather shields do I even have now? I have, technically I would have 3 if I didn't miss that one. The Knight Shield is purple, so... Hearts, I definitely... Got money. Oh, take money. Yeah, we're gonna keep farming until we get the night shields. Money. Leather shields. I'm gonna have a whole ton of leather shields by the end of this. Because I don't think they can drop just leather shields. I might be wrong though. There you go. There you go. Finally got it. Night shield. We can finally upgrade after getting 4 leather shields now. Yeah. So now, can we block? There you go. It's a lot better. Yeah, a lot of items in this game are really rare to find. Especially this. Again, another leather shield. I'm getting way more than I really need. Probably can just... So, like this, for example. This candle, it's too high. There isn't specific somewhere you can get to, like, you know, get, like, a double jump ability. And then we got some marionettes. Those, not anything. Just giving money, that's all I really need. Okay, so. No. There you go. Smart potions also helpful. I've never used it though. Spirit orb. That's also helpful. Let's go through. Here, it's on. So that shows the damage. So it'll show like oh 32, 14, or whatever the amount of damage you get. So if we go here, that. Level up. These Iron Lords, these Pit Lords, I believe that's the name of them. There's like 2 of them in the entire game. I don't remember exactly how many there were, but it's not a lot. Okay, through here. You can do this to instantly kill them. Let's get that actually. Okay. So you can see it can show the damage now. These things, I don't like them. $250, okay, that's nice. Let's get that. There is a troll or something, I think that's the name of it. There you go. Eat him and get nothing. Let's keep that. And then we go through here. I believe that's when we get to the opening area, which is the castle entrance. I think. And there we go, yeah. The shield potion, and then we get that zombie. We don't need that anymore, so let's go back. Okay, no. there, and then you can just escape the troll thing. I forgot the exact name of it. Does he respawn? Oh no, he definitely does. I don't remember when I saved. Okay. Well, I think that's about it. So that's as much as I could do for now. I will definitely do more of these in the future. But thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys have a great night. And I'll see you guys later with another live stream or maybe the Mechagodzilla video. I've been having troubles trying to film that one, so I'm gonna film that, post that video later, and yeah. So that'll be basically it with this video. I mean, stream basically. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.